Welcome to Our Modern World. I'm Cord Rainland. Travis Kelce has done a Pfizer vaccine ad immediately after the announcement of a relationship with Taylor Swift, leading some to say it was just a giant Pfizer PR campaign. In response, whenever the Chiefs play, Aaron Rodgers will kneel on the sidelines. Elon Musk is being sued by his ex-wife Grimes over custody and treatment of their children, saying, "He wasn't letting me see them." In response, Elon has threatened to change the name of the child to iPhone 15. Ukrainian President Zelensky has appointed spirit cooking performance artist Maria Abramovic to be Ukrainian ambassador of schools because what could possibly go wrong when you put a Satanist in charge of children? British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak plans to raise the smoking age in Britain by 1 year every year until no one is able to smoke. It's good news for health, but while smoking will go down, road rage and teen pregnancy will be sky high. China has recalled its pandas to the mainland from foreign zoos after many years of exchange. China says the pandas had grown fat and decadent in the hands of their capitalist handlers and wants to return them to the communist roots of their childhood. So instead of bamboo shoots, the pandas will now be fed a steady diet of the writings of Chairman Mao. A Pennsylvania school board has reversed a trans bathroom policy after over 500 students organized a walkout. But the real reason was the line for the men's room was now way too long. TV star Kat Von D has apparently been baptized after disavowing witchcraft and leaving Los Angeles. And I love how leaving witchcraft and leaving LA are somehow kind of the same. In a bout of pure insanity, kids as young as kindergarten will now be able to use cannabis in school in Michigan, which is sure to raise America's failing test scores and not have any negative long-term consequences. It's also a good reminder of the t-shirt we have for sale in the merch store. Asteroid come quick. The Pentagon has released a statement that it has a skinny fat problem. Recruits who look good in skinny jeans but can't pass a physical fitness test. So instead of soldiers, the Pentagon will now be fielding an army of Instagram influencers. The state of California has debuted a new missing persons program just for people of color called Ebony Alerts. While its racial undertone has drawn outrage from some, Gavin Newsom, also known as the whitest person ever, has defended the system. Debuting next week in California, Jew Alert, which not only notifies you of missing Jewish children, but tells you exactly where to return them by marking their doors. Jada Pinkett Smith says her son Jaden Smith saved her by introducing her to psychedelics. So as a parent, you're telling me your child saved you by introducing you to drugs. She was apparently still on them when the statement was released. A group of protesters is currently calling itself Queers for Palestine, which, considering homosexuality is illegal in almost all Muslim countries, makes about as much sense as this next one. Cows for McDonald's. Speaking of protests, the Daily Wire has launched its own production of Snow White, starring Ben Shapiro in drag as Snow White. Starring Brett Cooper as Snow White, which is almost as good as the entirely fan fiction made by her audience, Snow Brett and the Seven Simps. And now for something sad, a 1987 recording of the last male Kauai bird, now extinct. It's the last male singing for a female who will never come. It's also the theme song of all Brett Cooper subscribers after her marriage announcement last week. If she and her husband have children, they shall be called Mini Coopers. A man in Rwanda has built a fence around his house and locked himself away in isolation for the last 55 years because he's afraid of women. He's also undefeated in Call of Duty. Kevin Spacey has been acquitted on all 9 counts of sexual assault by a court in London. Seen here with his lawyer, Matt Gaetz, who is still suspicious. After 10,000 rounds of voting, House Republicans have finally elected a Speaker, Mike Johnson. This was instead of deciding to launch a reality TV show, Survivor House Floor. And each season, the Republican caucus just gets smaller and smaller. A feeling most of them have had since they're all over 60. Britney Spears' new book has come out, dropping the bombshell that she may have been pressured into having an abortion as a teenager by then-boyfriend Justin Timberlake. In dispute by critics are some of the alleged circumstances of the book. But it ain't no problem, said Herschel Walker. Newly released security footage appears to show a worker at China's Tsingtao peeing into a vat of beer. While it's disgusting, the company doesn't want to waste anything and plans to still filter and sell the beer as Bud Light. Yemen has officially declared war on Israel. Yemen, like that one friend who chips in $2 when everyone's ordering pizza at the office. This weekend is daylight savings time. No, last weekend was daylight savings time. And if you're the kind of person who watches this show, you're already late for work. Twice. So don't forget to set your clocks back. Also setting their clocks back, progressive supporters of militant Islam, setting them back to a time before women's rights. I'm Cord Raylan, and this is Our Modern World.